defy congressional subpoenas on the January 6th committee?
I hope that the committee goes after them and holds them accountable.
Should they be prosecuted by the Justice
I do,
Department?
yes.
You and other members of the committee have said we're not playing around here. It sounds like of the 4 who are subpoenaed, 3 have been engaging through counsel. Bannon just saying, no, screw you. What happens next?
Well, we'll take up this report on Tuesday night. We'll vote it out to the House. The House will then vote to hold him in criminal contempt. And once that takes place, the Speaker will send that to the Justice Department. And then the statute says that they have a duty to present it to the grand jury. So he will be prosecuted. That's our expectation. And I think the reason why Bannon feels he can get away with this is for 4 years, that's exactly what Trump administration people did. When Bannon came into the committee room during the Russia investigation, he came with a list of only 25 questions he would answer, and they were written out for him by the White House. He got away with it.
U.S. lawmakers voted on Tuesday to recommend criminal charges against former Trump advisor Steve Bannon after he refused to cooperate with their probe into the January 6th Capitol riots. Trump has urged Bannon and other former aides subpoenaed by the committee to reject its requests.
Mr. Bannon's and Mr. Trump's privilege arguments do, however, appear to reveal one thing. They suggest that President Trump was personally involved in the planning and execution of January 6th, and this committee will get to the bottom of that.
What we just saw was a unanimous, bipartisan determination by the January 6th Select Committee to ensure that our subpoenas are observed. No one in the United States of America has the right to blow off a subpoena by a court or by the United States Congress. If Mr. Bannon wants to show up and plead the Fifth Amendment because he will incriminate himself, he has that constitutional right. We, of course, have the authority to offer him use immunity so that we wouldn't use any evidence against him directly. That's been well established by the Supreme Court. So there are procedures for people who've gotten themselves into criminal trouble, like Steve Bannon.
But there are eerie parallels between the Whitmer Plot and January 6th. And it almost seems like the Whitmer Plot was a dress rehearsal for January 6th. We have about as many FBI agents as plotters. Not only that, but the FBI is driving the plot at every stage. The plot's explosive expert, FBI agent. The head of transportation, the guy taking them to the plot, FBI agent. The head of security for the militia, FBI agent. 2 undercover FBI informants were participants in the original meeting to have the plot in the first place. Now, one FBI agent at some point, when the plotters were apparently losing heart and thinking we shouldn't do this, the FBI agent, this is, by the way, a new text message that's just come out. The FBI agent is now texting his confidential informant, basically telling these, and here's what it says, quote, mission is to kill the governor specifically. So the FBI is basically saying, listen, don't let these guys kind of wimp out. Push them on it. The mission, which we, the FBI, want, because we want to bust it, is to have an assassination plot. Now, as it turns out, the plot kind of shifted to the kidnapping plot. But now we find out some interesting details. Number one, in the Whitmer Plot, when these guys decided to storm the Michigan Capitol, storm the Capitol. Sounds familiar? When they were planning to do this, and they show up in tactical gear, sound familiar? The cops retreat. The doors are mysteriously open, and the plotters are able to enter the building. Sound familiar? And you have police standing around, apparently undisturbed, and you have also the media's already there. The media already somehow knows about the plot. They're there taking pictures. So what we have here is a very familiar situation to January 6th. And all of this, I think, makes it imperative. We're not going to get this out of the Pelosi Commission. Imperative that we find out exactly what the FBI did on January 6th. Whether the FBI ultimately was merely trying to find out what happened, or, as I suspect, whether the FBI was right on the scene, even to the level of small details, making it happen.